Now it's legal again, still, to discriminate against the whole LGBT community, and that's something that the lawmakers just said is okay, that we will treat them as less than, as second-class citizens, and that's not right.
The Indiana State Senate killed a bill that would have granted civil rights protections to LGBT Hoosiers before it could even come up for a vote.
And as you can imagine, reaction is coming in tonight from all sides who remember last year's RFRA debate and the economic and social fallout that came along with it as well. Eyewitness News reporter David McAnally has a look tonight at one group that had a stake in the outcome, but actually was not sad to see the bill die on the Senate floor. David?
People who wanted to see a civil rights law pass were disappointed, yes, but on the other hand, they also felt the bill in the Senate was deeply flawed. At Vital Skates on Fountain Square, unpacking the new wheels. On this day, the wheels came off of efforts to pass the LGBT rights bill.
I started this company with a friend of mine, and one of the things that made this so attractive was that I can't fire myself.
For Corvin Bothwell and other transgender Hoosiers, the threat of losing a job or an apartment because of their sexual orientation is a very real one.
I do not know a transgender person who has not had a negative experience somehow in their job while transitioning.
As members of the Senate,
Corvin disappointed to see the LGBT civil rights bill fail without even a vote. But even supporters say it was flawed for leaving transgender Hoosiers unprotected.
I honestly felt really sick to my stomach. This is my family.
Melissa Bickle at the State House.
I had 3 times.
Melissa and her husband Jason at their house.
She's very bright. She works 2 grades ahead in school.
They want the best for their transgender daughter, Olivia.
I'm afraid that when they go to do just the regular things, that it's not an issue for us to do. Yeah.
She's getting great support at school now, but could Olivia one day face job or housing discrimination, unprotected by the law?
It's crazy to think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us have those rights, but she doesn't. That doesn't make sense to me.
Everybody is equal, and there's like nothing that people can discriminate or exclude anybody because of something they can't control.
Families like Olivia's also told us they worry about the state of Indiana. Would we be perceived in such a way that there are boycotts or economic backlash against Indiana, as we saw after RFRA? And Olivia, through her mom, called back and said she just wanted to add one thing, and that's that she feels everybody should be treated equally. Back to you, John.
All right, thank you, David McAnally at the State House tonight. And the possible economic impact of this decision is top of mind for many Hoosiers tonight. Just last week, a survey found that the Religious Freedom Restoration Law cost Indiana at least $60 million in lost revenue. And now with this latest setback, several state leaders say they expect even more backlash against doing business in Indiana. And Governor Pence, who had a lot to say the first time around with RFRA, this time is issuing a short statement saying, quote, he respects the outcome of the legislative process and appreciates the civility with which this issue was debated. And in the remaining days of the session, he looks forward to working with members of the General Assembly to strengthen our economy, roads, schools, and health care.
So what happens now that the bill is dead? Senate President Pro Tem David Long says they will go back to the drawing board and will likely take up the issue again next year. Long also says he ultimately believes a compromise, including religious freedom, will be worked out. But his fear is that the courts will act first. And some also fear that Indiana's economy could take another hit before that finally happens.